Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a young girl who spent her childhood years standing behind the large glass windows of her dad's lab, staring at the researchers working there and dreaming whether one day she could be like them. Well, now she's on the other side of the door. Hi, my name is Mahsa. I'm a civil engineering research student at Monash University, and this is my story. My love for civil engineering initiated from 2 pieces of A1 paper and a trundle wheel. I was a Year 6 primary school student in a small town called Colchester in Essex, England. We were going to celebrate the 25th anniversary of our school, and each student was to somehow contribute to this celebration. My teacher asked me if I could draw the plan of my school. Till that second, I'd never even heard of that word before, but I took the challenge. I measured and drew the plan, and with every measurement I recorded, with every line I drew on that piece of paper, my fascination with buildings and structures grew. In the following year, this fascination was even more fortified when I entered a cardboard bridge building competition among Year 7 students. For the first time in my life, I learned to get help from librarians and do library research on a topic I was interested in. I was so curious to know how these bridges were built in real scale and was fascinated with their structural shape and geometry. As I browsed through the many different types of bridges and designed my cardboard bridge, I had my mind set straight for the future. I wanted to be a civil engineer. Never once did I lose that passion and love for structures during high school, and I was so much drawn to mathematics and physics and any other subject that had an element of problem solving. However, when it was time for me to enter university and choose my field of study, people around me tried to discourage me, saying civil engineering is a male-dominated field and not for girls, and that I wouldn't have any career perspective. Almost everyone tried to prevent me from pursuing my dream. But my family stood by me and supported me on my one and only choice. I wasn't going to take no for an answer. I knew what I liked, I knew what I wanted, and I went for it. Civil engineering engineers the world around us and helps improve the quality of our lives. It has many different disciplines, from water engineering, transport engineering, geotechnical engineering, just to name a few. And of course, my favorite field, which is structural engineering, and specifically the study of structures subject to severe natural or man-made hazards such as earthquakes, fire, impact, or blast. Civil engineering is an amazing career that truly makes a difference because there are numerous ways for civil engineers to help people. Whether they're working on projects to build residential buildings, bridges or skyscrapers, or helping a desperate community restore back to its normal life after a disastrous event, they're using their creativity to help improve the lives of communities. I experienced all that and more during the couple of years that I worked as a design engineer in the industry. But after a while I realized I didn't just want to build structures, I wanted to build better structures. I wanted to build resilient infrastructures, those that would keep people alive during extreme events. But I didn't have the adequate knowledge. Such designs required me to know state-of-the-art technologies and research in this field, and I needed to acquire that. So, I let go of my job and my home, packed my bags, and set out to achieve something big. I went to the UK to study in one of the finest civil engineering departments in Europe, in Sheffield University. The master's modulus and research I took at Sheffield introduced me to a wide range of subjects in earthquake engineering and structural dynamics, and provided me with a strong footing in the theoretical concepts in this field. My postgraduate education in UK was an enriching experience and I couldn't possibly stop there. So I decided to follow it up with a PhD in a country with extensive resources and scholar opportunities and experience the excitement and fascination of being at the forefront of science. So I came to Australia to study in Monash. We all know the basic tips for being a good university student. Have time management, make good notes, turn up to lectures prepared, and so on. They are all true and necessary to succeed. But I'm going to tell you my secrets on how to really stand out from the crowd. I owe any success I've gained in life to my passion. I consider myself to be an extremely passionate person at whatever I do. Quite frankly, if something isn't passionate enough for me, I just won't do it. I don't study because I know it's the right thing to do or because I require the X or Y degree to get a specific job with a specific income. No, I study because I love learning. I love the fact that as a student, I get to learn so many new things every day. My stomach fills up with joy every day I open my books to learn something new. This passion helps me thrive at what I do. It gets me through tough times when life tries to pull me down. It's like a tiny flame which never dies out, even in the coldest and windiest of nights, and eventually it heats up my whole soul. This is why when I give a talk about my research, I speak with so much passion that it gains me recognition. So, find an area of study you are passionate about and build a career out of your passion. Be multidimensional. Parallel to your course of studies, engage in professional and social activities. Become a member of a student club. Get to know the national and international organizations in your field and become a student member of them. Subscribe to professional magazines in your area. Read about what's going on in your profession outside in the real world. Find a social topic you're truly passionate about and pursue it. Let others hear your voice and be the voice of your classmates. Not only will this improve your time management and equip you with the cultural skills you'll need in your career, but it will also help you to think strategically and effectively for solving problems you face. I've always been engaged with the student committees in the universities I've studied in. During undergraduate years, I was a member of our department's scientific group and acted as the editor of the magazine we published. At Sheffield, I worked with the International Office to help international students in their educational journey. And here in Monash, I'm a member of the postgraduate committee. I help run student conferences, weekly seminars, social events, and much more. So, other than good grades, make sure you have something to show for it when you graduate. Be more than just a typical student. Try to find different solving approaches for problems. The smarter solutions. Be authentic. Start a new student organization chapter like I did. Don't worry if it hasn't been done before. You be the first one to do it. Work harder and smarter than everyone else. Go further than lecture notes. Try reading as many of the extra reference materials and books recommended to you as you can. Make yourself well known to the lecturers by doing more in-depth research into the lectures and asking them about the problems you don't understand. Give presentations at possible opportunities on your extra in-depth readings and findings. Make use of all your resources to the fullest, especially your library facilities. These tips not only gained me distinction grades, but also helped me win outstanding student awards. One of the most important elements of my success is clearly knowing what I want to do and where I want to be in 5 years' time and having a clear plan for after graduation. Every step I have taken as a student has been to get closer to that goal, to that dream, and I'm getting closer to it every day. When it comes to choosing elective modules, I've made smart picks. I've chosen those that will help me gain skills needed for the goal I've planned for. Same goes for the research topics that I've chosen. So, set ambitious career goals and focus on achieving them. If you want to stand out from the crowd, never try to find someone to imitate, but be the person others imitate. Set out a path for others to walk on. Be original, be yourself. Don't let your age, your gender, your language, your ethnicity be a barrier to you. Break the shell, come out of it. Don't be afraid of being exposed. Don't be afraid of who you are. If possible, study abroad as an exchange student for a semester or two. Other than having really good cultural experience, you will gain greater exposure and global experience. Studying in 3 different continents with 3 different educational systems has given me an edge in my studies because I've been able to employ the good principles and attributes of each of the systems. Most importantly, it has helped me see the world from a different perspective. If exchange program is not an option, try finding a voluntary work outside your state or country close to your field of study during holidays. So, get out of your city, learn new things. This will give you opportunities beyond your imagination. Never get tired. Never be afraid to learn vastly new things you've never heard of. When I don't understand something, whether it is in a language I don't fully understand or a totally new subject I can't relate to, I keep at it until I get there. After all, it's not the smart people who are the most successful, but those who are the most persistent in their work. I am myself's most severe critic. Being self-competitive sets the bar for me and challenges me. I try to improve continuously and learn new things every day. So, make a pact with yourself. Be better today than you were yesterday. I get so much help from my husband, whether it is for preparing for my exams, helping me with my research, or just encouraging me and supporting me. My family and friends are the biggest assets of my life. Being a civil engineering professional gives you the opportunity to work as part of international teams and in multidisciplinary fields, to be in center of project communications and management. My education here in Monash has exposed me to state-of-the-art teaching and research facilities, guidance from supervisors and international research collaborations, giving me in-depth understanding and broad contribution in the area of infrastructure resilience. My research leads to a better understanding of the behavior of critical infrastructures under multi-hazard scenarios. The results will be equally important to the academia and industry and applicable in design codes and software packages. This will allow me to influence the lives of millions of Australians by contributing in making a more resilient society. Having a chance to present my work in seminars, conferences and talk competitions makes me more relaxed and more confident in my work every time, which are the 2 competencies for my future career. Being involved in professional and social event planning will help me gain vital communication, teamwork and management skills which are appealing to employers and a necessity for today's workforce. At the beginning of my story, I mentioned how I was discouraged from becoming an engineer by the people around me. Well, I have proved them wrong. I believe my success in the field of civil engineering will encourage young girls to pursue a career in this area. Our society needs more girl engineers. My passion in life is to inspire and excite female students to do more maths and science in school, study engineering in university, and become the future generation of engineers. In the past year, I've been lucky to be involved in talking to young high school students about engineering through initiative programs such as LEAP and Ingenuity. to tell them what inspired me to be an engineer and the amazing opportunities out there for civil engineers. So many people have touched my life and set me on the path that I am on right now. My studies will enable me to make an impact on the lives of the younger generation by encouraging them to follow their passion and interests, and that for me will be the best sense of fulfillment. At the end, I would like to thank my supervisor, Dr. Amin Haydarpur, for nominating me for this award, and thank Pearson for giving us the opportunity to share our story.